Oh, you guys are going to have a hard time keeping me in my chair. You're going to have to tie me down or duct tape me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. I've been just got off the phone with some of my friends. I've been going at it since 6:30 this morning, and just that fellowship, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to wrap up this series. We've been discussing meetings, about what you want to look for when you're going into a meeting, some of the common pitfalls you might run into, some of the structures and formats of the meetings. But today I want to talk about the fellowship. I've shared this before. When I first came back in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, I floated from meeting to meeting, maybe 3 meetings a week. Just wasn't going for AA, but at least hanging out with people who had solved their drinking problem. That's what I had. That's all I wanted, just to solve my problem. I knew I was going to have to allow time for that fog to clear, and I did that for, like I said, 3 meetings a week, maybe the first 25, 27 days, I'd say even. I was planning on going into one meeting on a Monday night, and God said, I've got another plan for you. You're going on this meeting over here. And I even referenced it on the monologue the other day. I even said that I walked into a meeting by accident, when in fact it was really by God's design that I walked into this meeting. Why was that meeting so important? Because I walked into that meeting and I found my miracle. I found that miracle. Maybe the fog had just lifted just enough for me to see, but what I saw was people who were passionate, enthusiastic, excited at just the prospect of being able, given the chance, to recover. I saw that fellowship. I experienced for the first time in that meeting that fellowship that I started craving. And if you go back to the big book in the doctor's opinion, Dr. Silkworth writes about how we take that first drink, it triggers the allergy, which manifests as a craving, the phenomenon of craving. So in other words, I put that first drink in me, my body physically starts craving that next drink. When I walked in that meeting, my miracle meeting, as I call it, a meeting, that's the only explanation. It was a miracle meeting. When I walked in that meeting, I developed a craving for that fellowship. So much so that I started following those guys around night after night after night, 6, 7 nights a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, 2 or 3 meetings a day. That's how bad I craved it. And granted, I was following them around because I thought it was bullshit. No one can be that happy and be sober. Nope, not at all. But I think deep down inside, I was also following around because I had hope. I had hope that what they were telling me was true. See, I started craving that fellowship, and that fellowship was key. And it's that craving, that fellowship, though. Bill even writes about that on page 164. He said, he will show you how to create the fellowship you crave. When I walked in that miracle meeting that night, I started craving that fellowship. But let me ask you this. You may say, Drew, I haven't had my miracle meeting yet. And that's okay. Maybe you haven't. But how are you going to have a miracle meeting if you don't go to meetings? And you don't go to a lot of them, especially at first. See, when you first get sober, when you first start on your path, you want to start shopping meetings. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds corny. That's fine. You didn't have to sound cool or hip. You want to start shopping meetings because at the end of the day, as I said just the other day, you're going to meetings for you to fill up your own spiritual cup. And you want to start shopping meetings and find those meetings where your spiritual cup is getting filled up. Some meetings are going to fill up your spiritual cup more than others. That doesn't mean the ones, that don't fill up as much, doesn't mean they're bad. But you want to start finding the meetings that fill up your spiritual cup more and start sticking with those meetings because that's what you want to do. And how do you fill up your spiritual cup in those meetings? Through fellowship. Well, Drew, I don't have meetings around me. Okay, maybe not. But just like I said earlier, I just got off the phone. Hell, I had my own meeting. I had a couple meetings really this morning. I had a couple meetings this morning. Hell, I had a long meeting last night till like 2 o'clock this morning. I'm so sorry I kept you on the phone till 2 o'clock this morning. Sorry. You don't have to go to a bingo hall or a VFW or a church to have a meeting. Hell, you can have a meeting at the IHOP, at the Waffle House, at whatever restaurant. Hell, you can have a meeting in the gas station parking lot. That's happened to me many times. You don't have to go to some formal sit-down meeting. You can just pick up the phone and do a FaceTime. I've done that. I did that last night, this morning too. So meetings don't have to be all, meetings are what you make them. And for me, the most important thing about the meeting is the fellowship with like-minded individuals. Being able to sit down and talk with somebody who understands, at least has an idea, a pretty good idea of what I'm going through. Going through that emotional spectrum when I'm having my good days, when I'm having my bad days. It's that fellowship that I crave now. It's that fellowship that I chase now, just like I used to chase my drink. I want to encourage you, shop those meetings, Find your miracle meeting. You're never going to find that miracle meeting until you go into a meeting. Find your miracle meeting. Keep shopping around until you find that miracle meeting. And if you don't have that meeting immediately available to you, make your own miracle meeting to where you start craving that fellowship, because that fellowship is what's going to help keep you clean and sober, and it's going to help keep that spiritual cup of yours filled up. To me, there's nothing more important than being able to share with like-minded individuals that fellowship. And again, it doesn't have to be in a church or bingo hall. It can be right here on your phone. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. Just like I told you this morning, Fran, remember? If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to drop it into an email to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. And in the meantime, guys, remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.